everybody. I feel today like I'm living a 4 Yorkshiremen sketch. Not only are there sheep in the middle of the road, but I've just come out of a 911 3.2 Carrera Club Sport. By any normal definition, a pretty hardcore, lightweight, stripped out car. It's got no power steering, no electric windows, no air conditioning, no sunroof, barely any anti-corrosion treatment. Luxury! Ruddy luxury, lad! Welcome to the Lotus 211! Every few years, the boys and girls at Hethel let their hair down a little bit and they create something, well, bonkers. About 13 years ago, this is what they came up with. They took an Elise S, hardly a porky car, and they decided to lock the roof off permanently, stick on some lightweight bodywork, some serious aero, pretty much call it a day, to be fair. The result, 670 kilos of dry weight, 250 odd supercharged horses, thanks to a Toyota engine that revs to over 8,000 RPM. And I'm driving it in Scotland. This is going to be interesting. I hope you can hear me. The car I've just got out of, which is actually following me, is by most normal standards pretty darn lightweight at sub 1,200 kilos. This thing feels like I'm driving a cloud. There is absolutely no inertia whatsoever in this thing. It's sublime. Now, the ride is jiggly, but not firm. You can just feel the general lack of mass in the car. It's an experience. I apologise for wearing sunglasses. I hate doing that in videos, but I'm sure you can guess why. If I get a fly in the eye, it's going to hurt a bit. Now, this thing's up to temp, so let's see what she can do, shall we? Oh my God! That doesn't actually pin you back in the seat. No Elise really does. In fact, even the 311, this car's crazy successor with a 430 horsepower V6, doesn't really do that. What it does is just build and build and build and give you more and more and more and more and more. And the noise it makes is this sort of weird clash of chains and belts and all sorts of things going on. It's really quite demonic. It flows down this road pretty well. I'm still getting a feel for what its actual limits are. You see, the problem with super lightweight aero cars, they don't really have all that much mechanical grip. I like the car on which this is based. It has a 6-speed Toyota gearbox. Also brakes that are really very effective. Oh my life, the steering. So because the car has so little mass to it, the steering is super light, but also full of feel and texture. It wriggles about under you, and it's something of a cliche to say that a car is a motorbike with 4 wheels. But if ever anything deserved that title, this is it. Now I'm pretty sure there's not even a heater in here. And this car's got a small little aero screen fitted to it, which is actually doing a pretty decent job. Oh wow. Oh, this thing just shrinks around you, and you gotta watch out because it wants to dance, it wants to move, you can feel it. The whole car is writhing under you, and it's wriggling, and it's alive! It is alive! Oh, keep an eye on the speed, James, keep an eye on the speed. This is a comic book car. this is in the right colour scheme. It has to be yellow for me. I love yellow cars. A yellow Lotus is a fantastic thing, but also from a safety perspective, this is a diminutive car. It's also styled really nicely. There are parts which are obviously lifted straight from the Series 2 Elise, headlamps, etc. Some of the interior. You only have the one 25-year-old voxel indicator stalk in here for the indicators because not really any wipers to operate here. Oh, it's absolutely mad. Gearbox is a weak point. The gearbox just doesn't have the precision, the class of the later gear shifts. It is a little bit imprecise, a little bit woolly. Feels exactly the same as in my old 111R. Incidentally, the 111 and 211 moniker come from the Elise's internal project code. Most car companies give a car a number long before it has a name. The Elise was 111, so this then became 211. And it's preceded by the 340R, which I'd really love to have a go of at some point. And that actually is a really wild looking thing, almost like beach buggy inspired looks. This is somewhat more conventional, and in pictures it looks perhaps a little restrained, but it's actually a really great looking piece of design. Really sharp actually. I love what they did with it. I worried I'd have a nightmare time mounting my cameras to it. You got this sort of cage thing in, as you can see. So I've got this camera rigidly mounted with a clamp to the cage. The rest are just on suction mounts because there's actually a lot of flat surfaces in here. Oh, oh, let's back off, shall we? Woo. Oh, it's blustery out there, very blustery. Can't actually reach the hazard switch when you're in these nice strut harnesses, which are way better than many other harnesses I've been in. Seats are standard Elise, which means they also have the same ridiculous runners as an Elise, which are absolutely useless. Completely awful, honestly. The tacho here is set up same as an XE, so from 0 to 3,000 RPM is really heavily compressed, and then the remaining sort of 5,000–6,000 RPM is much wider spacing, so you can really tell where the tacho is. At least you could if you could see the top half of it. This steering wheel obscures anything from 3,000 to 8,000, and on the speedo front I cannot see between 40 and 140. That's helpful. Now the claimed weight, 670 kilos, is perhaps a little bit of a fib. That's a dry weight. In reality, these things are about 770 kilos. Not exactly chubby, is it? In fact, even with me, full tank of fuel, and all my camera kit, this is still probably about a 900 kilo car. That's quite light, and 250 odd horses to push it along, that's ample. You can have some serious good times in this thing. On track, I suspect this thing is an absolute lunatic machine. The only real issue for me is that you do pretty much need to trailer it because you can't really take any spares. There's no space in here. Even the engine bay cover is actually not even properly hinged. It just sort of pops off. No room up the front because that's all full of radiators and whatnot. Ground clearance is something of an issue too. There's this big old plywood splitter at the front, sits about yay far off the deck, and I haven't tapped it yet, but I'm just waiting for that to happen. I wonder what the turning circle's like, because that must have definitely been a priority at Hethel. Oh, it's abysmal. Who'd have thunk it? The noise this thing makes, I hope you're getting some of it. This thing is not fueled by V-power. This is running on the devil's own boiling blood. Angry, angry car. The best way to get this thing through corners is not to hold the wheel in a death grip. That's actually not the best way for any car. But get the lightest touch you possibly can on the wheel, and you'll find that it's telling you with millimeter precision what's going on the road surface below you. and then you just thread the thing down a lane in the most enjoyable way. And actually, this is how to drive the car. Well, there are other ways, but just guide it, just give it the gentlest of nudges. It's so delicate when it wants to be. Our Lotus are currently off making the Evija 2,000 horsepower thing that's supposed to be the fastest car in the entire world, and if I'm being completely honest, they seem to have rather missed the point of what a Lotus is all about. A Lotus is about interaction, driver involvement, feedback, being able to feel the road, having fun in a car. But in recent years, by design or otherwise, Lotus has also come to represent exciting driving machine at a more affordable budget. Happily, the 211 is not out of reach. Any decent old 911 that's even remotely lightweight or special is going to cost you 6 figures, even for a slightly naff one. These, when they came out, were £40,000, so I guess they were probably about 10-15 grand more than your regular cooking Elise or Elise S. Nowadays, you can actually pick one of these up for, well, less than 40 grand. I would love to be able to tell you with some precision how much less, but the fact is, when I looked, there weren't really any for sale. It's a very rare car. I didn't look up how many were made, but frankly, if I did find a number, not entirely sure I believe it anyway. It's supple, it's beautiful, it's engaging, it's exciting, it's thrilling. It's a whole thesaurus of exciting words, painted bright yellow, with a green triangle up the front. I will always defend Lotus making larger, more luxurious, higher specification cars. Not Evija, mind. Stuff like the Esprit, the Evora, Lotus need to make those cars. But there is absolutely always a place in the world, and perhaps more importantly, in my heart, for cars like this. That 911 I was driving earlier, that's a fine, fine wine. This is a hard-hitting Scotch single malt with a cocaine chaser. If you love driving and you're happy to have a car that you can only take out on the right day, at the right time, at the right moment, you got about £40,000 to spend, and you don't want it to arrive in boxes, please, take it from me. Don't even give a Caterham a second glance. Phone every Lotus dealer you can find, hunt one of these down, do it, and I promise, in the words of my hosts, you'll never regret it. Sorry. There's the splitter. There it is. Thanks everyone for coming along for a blustery ride. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Woo! It's turned me into Ric Flair. See you for the next one. Bye-bye.